Hey kids, I hope you enjoyed Cowardly Clyde. And now that you've listened to it, I wanted to ask you some questions about it. And I would love for you, if you can, to get your responses to me. You could do a recording like this with your parents' help and then send it to me through the Google Classroom or as a comment to this assignment, I think you can do. And or you could you could write things down or draw a picture and just use paper and pencil like normal, and your parents could take a picture of it, and then you could send that to me again through this Google Classroom, this assignment. If you're not able to do that, I understand, that's okay. I would love if you could at least talk about the answers to the questions with somebody at your house with you. So maybe a brother or sister or a parent, obviously, but someone who you could still, talk about the answers to the questions I'm going to give you and still have a discussion about it, okay? Because it's important when we read a book, as you know, to be able to really understand it and to think about it, and being able to answer questions and think deeply about the book makes us a better reader, okay? So I had a few questions for you that, again, I'd love for you to respond to however you can, okay? Whatever way you want to do it, drawing, recording, writing, discussing with your parents if you can't get a sample to me. And of course, it's always great to discuss with your parents or a sibling, and then also do a way to get it to me, like the recording or drawing or writing, if you can, okay? All right, but anyways, so I'm rambling on. All right, so in this book, we had our main character, Clyde, right? And I wanted to ask you about, how did the character change in this book? So at the beginning of the book and through most of the story, what would you say he's like? What are some character traits he has? Is he very silly? Is he friendly? Is he angry? Like what is he like? If you were describing him to someone, not his looks, I mean you could describe that too, but focusing on what is he like? What kind of horse is he? Okay. And so for example, I'll give you one. He is a very cowardly horse, right? He's very scared. Okay, but anyways, and then also, how does the character change in the book? Okay, so at the end, how is he different than he was at the beginning of the book, and through most of it? Okay, so what changes does the character have? All right. Another thing I wanted you to think about is trying to imagine what would happen if we changed a major event in the story. For example, the one I want to focus on is Clyde going back to try to help Sir Galavant. If he had not done that, how would the story have changed? What would have happened? So instead of whatever happens next, what would have happened if he never came back? Okay. And I also want you to think about if you were in Clyde's shoes, okay? So, or hooves in this case, because he's a horse. So if you were Clyde the horse, and this happened to you, and Sir Galavant's in the woods all alone with this big giant monster, and you're terrified of it, of course, what would you do? Would you have a response similar to Clyde's, or would you do something different? Maybe you would want to help Sir Galavant in another way. Maybe there's something else you could do. Or maybe you're like, nope, I'd be just like him. Or maybe you're like, nope, too scared. But anyway, so what would you do if you were in his place, okay? So just a few questions. Again, answer them however you can. And I hope I can get some responses from you guys. I'd love to see them. All right, thanks guys, bye.